What's up, guys? A little bit of a different video today, right? I was just watching this very good, I don't know what you would call it, fireside chat or podcast or whatever you call it, right? But this gentleman is basically going to ask Bill Ackman what his priorities are and also how has his priorities changed as he's gotten rich, right?
Where are your priorities shift in life?
So my priorities really haven't changed. For my, what do I focus on? I focus on, obviously first making sure family's okay. I'm an extraordinary economically fortunate person. My family's been okay for a very long period of time. I can take care of them. I can look after them. One really important thing something that was said to me, one of the other challenges in my life is my first marriage didn't ultimately work out. My ex-wife and I realized ultimately we maybe weren't the best for each other. I probably realized it a little bit more. That's a hard thing. And I had to, have the courage, to get divorced. And I'm like a super loyal person, 3 kids, one of whom was 10 at the time. But a good friend said to me, Bill, your most important obligation to yourself is to be happy. And if you don't accomplish that, it's really hard to accomplish anything else.
I think I just want to pause on this part and say some very important words, right? I think this is incredibly, incredibly important. And in fact, I would argue that he should have put this before even his family, right? What he's trying to explain here is that, your most important obligation is to yourself, right? Is to be happy, right? So I think a lot of people will take this in a very selfish sense, in the sense that, oh, you want to be happy and that's all you're focused about. But it's not about that, right? It's about, have you ever seen a person that is unhappy and when they go in a room or wherever it is, the vibe just shifts, the aura changes, and people are just in a more down mood, right? And I think it's the opposite when you are happy, right? When you're happy, you're uplifting, everyone around you is also happy, right? It's a different vibe. So I think if you're very happy and you're very positive, I think it's infectious, right? It brings everyone in the room to be happy, and also you can perform at your highest level, right? Which is what leads actually to the opposite of selfishness, which is, let's say if you're very happy and you perform really well, you make a lot of money, you can help more people, you can do a lot of things that you wouldn't be able to do if you're very unhappy and you cannot live up to your full potential, right?
I figured out pretty early on that one of the principal things that makes me happy is, it's going to sound a little goofy, but helping other people. So for decades, I've been helping people find a spouse, get a job, make your list of, get access to a good doctor. And what's happened with the passage of time, I have more resources, I have more connectivity, is my ability to help people has expanded, sort of significantly. So I used to think that philanthropy was a good way to help other people. And I think it's actually a pretty good way. I've given away about $850 million. But $850 million later, I have more confidence that capitalism and for-profit businesses are going to help way more people than philanthropy kind of ever will. So philanthropy is still important, but I'm really careful to use it in ways where there isn't a for-profit kind of business solution. So my priorities are, one other helpful piece of advice I got from a very good friend, the advice is you're going to die, okay? So how do you have a meaningful life? And the best way to figure that out is pretend you're dead. It's your funeral. Your best friend gets up to give your eulogy. What do you want him to say? And then work backwards, right? Live your life so that when that day comes, your friend stands up and explains your life. You feel really good about, and for me that was, okay, I want to have the largest beneficent impact on the largest number of people. That's going to be my sort of measure of success. And so I try to do, my platform today on how to do that is, day job. It's actually a good thing to make money for other people. I think I've had an impact on the way companies are managed and governed. One of the reasons why the United States is more competitive than Japan is shareholder activism has actually made companies much more competitive, have higher margins, allocate capital more effectively. So I think my day job has made a contribution. Philanthropy, we focused on scientific research, backing talented entrepreneurs.
Okay, so I think that's about all the wisdom he has to share, and I think that last piece of advice actually came from Warren Buffett, right? The one where think about what people are going to say at your eulogy, right? So I actually do watch a lot of these podcasts and all, right? So and I'm thinking to start making a bit short clips of like the best advice of like this kind of billionaires or very successful people, or just good life advice in general, right? So yeah, for this video, that's about all I wanted to share. If you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe, and also hit the bell button. With that being said, have a fantastic day ahead, and peace out.